Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everyone. We are in Book Two of The Mummy's Mask, Empty Graves by the great Crystal Fraser. Joining me tonight are.
I am Brendan, and I'll be playing Dr. Honesty Shortchange, world famous doctor and seller of many fine tonics.
And I am Lorne, and I'm playing Arrow, the Harrigan open hand monk.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara. I should be playing Uruk of the Camels, the half orc artificer with her mechanical construct camels weld and rivet.
Hello, Nabil here. I'll be playing as Dahaga, a Minotaur fighter of the Rune Knight subclass. And literally, that's my intro.
Right. Hi, everyone. My name is Chris. I'll be playing Hesmet Sot, Autognome, Rogue, and I left that tape full of, pre-mortem one-liners somewhere. I just can't remember where I put it.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing Mau, the aberrant mind psychic cat. No, I mean regular cat, normal cat. Meow, meow. I just said meow.
And I'm Stephanie. I'm playing Aya Nasir, the knowledge cleric of Hoth.
Last session, after facing down some undead intruders at the Canny Jackal auction house, Uruk rescued some of the guests from under the fallen scaffold, and the elderly Namaru was very thankful and asked for some companionship to get them to the Grand Mausoleum for healing, which you also needed to get to as Mao was outright killed by the mummy Amajuet, but in a grand display of teamwork ended up being rushed to the Grand Mausoleum steps by Iroh, with Dr. Shortchange using his new Ring of the Orator to alert the Pharasman priests of the situation, and they were ready for a revivification, which Namaru paid for as thanks for saving their life. You then all witnessed the leader of the Voices of the Spire, Nakatshepsis, give a speech about the undead uprising, and you entered the Grand Mausoleum to speak to the Council of Wati, which Namaru is a part of. There, the leader of the Pharasman Church, Septi the Crocodile, and the rest of the council, you learned, have set up somewhat of a plan to look after the city, but as the Voices of the Spire are very busy protecting the gate between the necropolis and the city proper, we're hoping for some assistance. They asked that you look into the Embalmers Guild warehouse, where, of course, there was a store of dead bodies that whatever this Ka pulse of energy would have brought back, along with seemingly all of the undead in the necropolis, which is why the gates are the primary focus right now. You, when Septi mentioned that a massive artifact must have caused this, told her about the royal decree you had found in the Temple of the Erudite Eye, and thus proved her theory that it was indeed an artifact that had released this Ka pulse to raise the dead, but unfortunately also let her know that it had been stolen and is presumably being utilized by someone inside the necropolis, which she told you she could not give you permission to go into. But taking your leave, you made your way through the streets of the panicked city, with Dr. Shortchange again using his ring to inform citizens to stay home, stay safe, keep off the streets. And just outside the Embalmers Guild warehouse, you came across a crashed cart, which you deduced belonged to the Silver Chain, and it had been used to smuggle mummies, which had, unfortunately, when the Ka pulse come, had dismembered and eaten most of the wagon driver. You killed the zombies that were shambling around, and it was at this point that you noticed flittering back and forth across the ground was a red scarf, looking much like the one that the priest Tepmanib wears. And as you approached it, you also heard a small panicked voice saying, they took him, I lost him, they took him. And this is where we pick up.
Okay, I am going to walk over to the scarf. I'm going to get down on my knees, and I'm going to zoom enhance and find out who the voice belongs to. I do have the equipment for this.
Yeah, you look down, you see nothing, but you hear this voice as the scarf sort of moves back and forth. And just, you have to help me. I've seen you. You've done good things. But he's in trouble. They got him. They took him. I lost him. I don't know where they went. I need help. We need help. You've got to help me. Please. You've got to help me.
Who is he?
Tepmanib. They took him. They took him.
Sorry. Let's back up here. Who are you?
Oh, right. And you see materializing in front of you a tiny bird, which you recognize as one of the beings that you had witnessed during the events of the Festering Sun, and this appears to be a Nosoi cyclepomp. So it is a small bird that is typically utilized for ushering the dead into the afterlife, and they wear small masks, much like a pharaonic mask, and they are usually either recorders of history or scribes, and generally regarded as indifferent. But this one, clearly looks at both of you and just says, "I'm Kassin. I'm friends with Tepmanib. I brought him back after his murder. His story was so sad. I had to feel for him and give him a second chance. And he's been ever so good to me. He feeds me really, really well, and it's delightful. But they got him. We were at the auction house, and he saw someone that he was looking for, and so we came out here, and the zombies were no wait, that's it was but they took him, they got him, they took him away, and I was trying to follow him, but I saw some children that needed help, so I started singing, which scared away the undead. So I saved the children, but by the time I went back to look for Tepmanib, they walked away with him.
All right, and Hesmet will hold out their finger to is it Tassin?
Qasim.
Hold out their finger to Qasim.
She will sort of hop up your hand and onto your shoulder, and she will say, "I know you. I've seen you. I saw you in the with the scorched hand. I saw you exploring the necropolis. Tepmanib, has helped you in the past, and I saw you come through here, and you took care of the zombies here. Something weakened him. He nearly collapsed, and that allowed them to capture him and take him away."
Well, let's find Tepmanib together then.
Also, a backup in your story, you said Tepmanib was murdered and you brought him back to life.
Well, I brought him back to this realm. I probably shouldn't have.
What realm?
From the afterlife. But I mean, I really shouldn't have, but his story was so sad and his life wasn't over. Shouldn't have been over that way. So I just felt bad and I brought him back. And he's done ever so much good. I mean, he's one of the great priests
How
now.
long ago did you bring him back?
I don't know. I don't deal with time, but he was young. He feeds me snacks. They're really delicious. And sometimes I can go into nicer sort of the restaurants here. When people aren't looking, I can nibble off their plates because food is really good. We don't need to eat, but food is really, really good. Do you know how good food is?
Very
No.
delicious.
Go down. So we'll look for Teminib for sure, but we're on a bit of a time crunch. We have a mission we have to deal with for the people of the city.
Do you know who took Tetmanib? What do they look like?
He sort of points his head at the dead driver. It was one of them. They were meeting up, and he approached them and sort of confronted them. He's very strong. He's very powerful. But that weird energy wave came through, and it pulled his soul back out of his body, and it left him stunned for a while because he died beforehand. And when that happened, they were able to grab him and take him away. But and then all the zombies burst out, and they came from the wagon and the warehouse over there, and I had to protect the kids. And then when I looked away, they'd taken him away.
Which warehouse?
Is this
And
this
also-
bird on the level? Like, was this believable looking around at what it's saying?
From what it's saying, it seems to track with the events that you had noticed in that the zombies had burst forth from this wagon. And you are outside of the warehouse of the Embalmers Guild, which is where you'd been asked to go.
Right.
So
okay.
you presumed that they were either stealing bodies or bringing bodies to switch out of the dead here, if not to loot them.
All right. Second question.
How much is the
They had a
bird
second
worth
ago.
at auction?
I had a question.
We captured it.
Oh, the men who took Teminib, were they wearing masks? Funerary masks.
Yeah, they were wearing the gold masks.
All right, let's go get them.
Like the ones that we've heard of people wearing them.
They stole from us? Let's go get them.
It cocks its head at you, but I don't know where they went.
Well, let's
I thought
track
you
it.
saw
Well-
everything.
No,
I saw them
he
grab
went
him,
to look for
and then
children.
I had to go save the children from the zombies.
Do we have, real quick, anybody who's good at survival? A single person in the party who's good at survival?
Not today.
I have a +3, but I'm not proficient.
0. Sorry.
I have a
Survival.
+4, but I'm not proficient.
I have a +3, and I am proficient.
Yeah, same. +3 proficient, but I rolled a 7.
Nope.
At this point, Kasim will look to. We could ask him.
Oh.
Is he pointing at the corpse?
Yeah, I can speak with the dead.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's a good thing that you can do. Then you might know.
Excellent. We don't care
Will
who
he
the-
answer though?
Well, we didn't kill him.
We don't care who this person
He should.
is.
He should.
We want to know where their hideout is.
I can ask. I get 5 questions. It'll take me a few minutes to set up the ritual if you needed to go finish the other job that you had to do.
I believe that we needed to secure this warehouse. So let us find
I
out.
think
if
it's empty,
there's-
but yeah, you should go take a look.
Yes, let us find out if there's anything left to do there.
All right,
This
and
seems important.
Guidance.
you watch as the bird begins sort of hopping around, inscribing symbols and sigils on the ground around this figure.
Mao's eyes are dead set on every movement. His butt is wiggling more and more.
No.
And the main entry to the warehouse is down here. Entering, there's an overwhelming smell of incense and cedar oil. You can see the doors have been sort of broken and rent outwards. And, there's a lot of the sort of natron and salts that are scattered across the floor that you would immediately recognize this is, part of the embalming process.
I was just about to say that.
And there are, slats against the wall that would have held bodies sort of stacked 3 high, and they're all empty. And looking at the natron on the ground, it's scattered in a way that it looks like they probably literally rolled off these kind of bunks and then would have dragged themselves to their feet and staggered out.
All right. I would like to investigate the warehouse, if I could.
All right.
I will assist and give guidance.
That's what I assumed. That's why I threw the guidance thing on. Question, though, Patrick.
Yes.
Would the eyes of minute seeing, give me advantage on this check?
I think a 28 is sufficient.
Yes, but for future reference. So that I can get 28 more often.
For this kind of thing, yes. If you're making a specific check on a specific thing, sure.
Yeah.
You notice as you are, looking around in here, there is a small sack that was filled with what looks like jewelry that presumably this guy had been pilfering off of the bodies. That is, was obviously dropped in fear or panic as, whether it was the driver or one of his allies, they clearly wanted to get out of here. And there's a mixture of footprints on the ground. Some are barefoot, which you would presumed by the broken shape of them, would be the dead. And then there's also some soft soles that were probably priests, but there are also some heavier boot prints, like work boots. So could be workers, could be, members of the Thieves Guild, but clearly multiple people were around here when things went bad. And, there is blood dripping, but even though most of it's been sucked up by the salt and the natron, you can find some blood spatter.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I
the
figured.
bodies wouldn't have blood in them at this point, correct?
Correct, which means
That
they
would've been
probably
drained?
got a priest or somebody else injured, if not killed.
Yeah.
Who may also just have then raised at the time and gone with them.
Yeah. So I figure that this this sack of jewels that was looted directly from the dead. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, then my own desire to not desecrate. Oh, this isn't really a tomb, but it's also kind of it also kind of is. So I am going to, as much as possible,
desecrated.
hide this from Dr. Shortchange.
It's already. Do I see it?
With your passive of 15, yeah.
I will. There's no emotion on Hesmet's face, but Hesmet looks directly at Dr. Shortchange as they are putting this thing away.
You just see like the biggest look of disappointment. Was this already looted? And he's putting it back?
It appears that it was things that would have been looted off of either the bodies here or could be corpses from the necropolis.
Well, could it also have been something that one of these no good dirty thieves brought in? They just had their wallet on them.
Would this be insulting to the dead? Am I going to have to glare daggers at Dr. Shortchange?
Hesmet already is.
Yeah, I will say, Hesmet, with your investigation check, most of this jewelry, if it's earrings and things like that, there's no blood on it. It looks like it came from the dead. So it's presumably from mostly the people who are here in the warehouse.
Whatever are you doing, Mr. Dr. Shortrange, sir?
This belongs here.
Yes.
The
I
corpses
understand.
aren't even here anymore.
They will be returned, and
At
and
some
all
point
people
they
will
will
be
be.
sorted.
All right, but
Mostly.
next time we have the opportunity to do some thieving. Some good, honest thieving. We're going to do it, okay, Hesmet?
Thieving isn't honest.
Listen, I'm learning this profession. It'll take me some time,
There's a difference
but not
between
for this.
thieving and archaeology, Dr. Shortchange.
Yes.
Yes,
usually
whether
one
you
is
sell it to a
illusionable.
museum or a private collection.
I'm just going to shake my head and
I mean, in this era, archaeology really is considered to be good, honest thieving. Mostly.
Ethically, there is a difference, and that's all I'm saying to it.
But this isn't archaeology. This is just robbing the dead. If you want to go grave robbing later, you can do that on your own.
Sitting up here looking around, nothing.
I was just about to ask for a perception check, Mal.
I'm not good at those, so I'm licking my ass.
You look around, your eyes keep being drawn to that little bird hopping around.
Oh, I hate
There's
it.
just that little, like, sound that hits in the back of your throat occasionally. You do not... I mean, you know, the city itself is shockingly quiet up where you are. I mean, even at this time of night, there's usually the sounds of some of the other adventuring parties, you know, drinking or chariot racing, or even just the sound of usual carts and movement in the city.
No howling
is-
cats
it
or
is-
barking dogs?
No, it is eerily quiet under this sort of, you know, bright starlight tonight. It seems people are, you know, in the very far distance, you can all hear, you know, sort of the groans and cries of the undead in the necropolis. But for now, this area seems peaceful. But it's a really disquieting peacefulness.
You know, it's kind of quiet.
A little too quiet, you mean?
No, I think
There-
this is the perfect time to advertise.
I think something is going on. Because these zombies are clearly, they're not acting without intent. If they were just shambling around, wandering, there'd be some around here. Because this is where they came from, so many of them. But it's quiet.
You think they're going somewhere.
They have to be going somewhere. Could we maybe find that blood spatter? If the whatever bled started trailing off somewhere?
You can certainly attempt to... I mean, that would be your survival checks that you guys were trying before. I mean,
Only
a
one
lot of it
person
is just
rolled.
sort of... Yeah, has just... You know, most of it is seeped into the ground here in the night. You are also not very far away from the Canny Jackal, so you would think that some of these zombies are the ones you faced there.
Now that I'm higher up, could I retry the survival check to see if I can see any more blood spatters going off in any direction?
It would be at severe disadvantage as you are on a rooftop trying to find blood spatter on the ground.
What about
All
me
right.
down here low on the ground being
Yeah,
short?
you can give me a survival check.
That's still better than my first roll.
Oh.
Yeah, you find some definite blood drips, and it leads you sort of down the street and around the corner where you find a mostly eaten corpse of another Silver Chain member. And most of their throat has been ripped out, and you know, the lower half of their leg has been eaten away. And they are clearly wearing the boots for the boot prints that you would have found, Dr. Shortchange.
I loot the body. Pockets. Anything like that?
Well, I mean, the silver chain that they are wearing is worth 25 gold because it's big, thick silver links. Other than that, they have a dagger and they have Let's see. 8 silver and 2 gold on them.
I take the gold and I take the chain.
All right.
So they're off the chain?
No, the chain's off them.
All right.
And it is at this point that Qasim calls you all back, and she says, yeah, "It's ready. What do you want me to ask?"
I had 2 questions. Does anybody else have any questions? Where's the hideout? Where's the leader of the masked faction of the Silver Chain?
I had put in the how many members we might be going up against.
Good question.
What do you want with Tetmanib?
Also a great question. That's 4. Where is the leader of the masked faction? Who and where? I don't believe I didn't get a name when I was having that conversation on the bench, did I?
No, you know the name of the local leader. You do not know the person that they are reporting to.
Who is the barefoot? No,
Well, the
we aren't-
barefoot person, my assumption is they are the masked person.
Yeah, they could be their lieutenant or whatever, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be related.
Possible.
If they stole from me, I want my gold back.
You could also like bring justice to the people. Short change.
Where is the mummy's mask?
That's a good question. Where's Mummy's mask? Instead of where's the leader of the masked people?
Need to find the actual name of this thing.
Or where's the no. Yep.
Yeah, in the cart as you're looking around again, Mao, it is filled with half-filled sacks of moldering grain, some shoddy pottery, jugs of long-hardened paint. I mean, clearly it's just a false front for the bodies and the hand of the honest man that you found last session.
The mask of the
desiccated,
Forgotten Pharaoh.
yeah, the desiccated hand on a leather strap that can protect you from curses. So with that, Qasim finishes the ritual and the body kind of... and she will lean and say, Where is your hideout? We have many nearby. And Qasim will look up at the party.
Let's drop how many people and ask where they took Temenib. Is that acceptable?
I think so.
Yeah. So where would you have taken Temenib? Because I don't know if this guy was alive when they stole him.
To Ekram.
Ah.
The cult wants to speak to him.
Ekram.
You'd heard the local leader is Ekram Ifik, who used to be a gladiator in Sothis that Dahaka has heard of.
That's annoying. So now we need a third question to ask the same thing.
Where is Ekram Ifik? Yes.
Yeah. We'll ask that.
Right River Brickworks.
Alright, and we got 2 questions left. Of the ones that we discussed, what do y'all think is the most important one?
would they have known what caused the Ka wave?
No, not phrased like that. What caused the Ka wave? Because the answer to that could just be yes.
Or, I don't know.
What caused the Ka wave?
What caused the wave of Ka energy? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It was a good idea, though.
So we know the Bright River Brickworks is where Ekram is, and that's where they're taking Temnib, which is where we're going next.
We want to ask if there's anything we should know about the Bright River Brickworks if we were going to break in.
Yeah, like how many people are there?
We're just like, is there anything it would be advantageous for a group attacking the Brickworks to know?
What are the weak points of the Brickworks? Are there any hidden entrances into the Brickworks? Are there any unsecured entrances into the Brickworks? They might not know that.
What could you tell us about the Brickworks that it would be good for us to know if we were going to attack it?
A better way to phrase that would be, what things should attackers specifically avoid if attacking the location?
Should attackers avoid if attacking the Brickworks? It seems like lawyering it a bit, but
Do we need a lawyer?
I know one.
So do I.
what are the defenses of the Brickworks?
Obstruction of justice.
I think that's probably the best way to phrase it.
Yeah.
What are you asking?
What are the defenses of the Brickworks?
Guards. Lamps. Trap.
Alright. Trap singular, correct?
Correct.
Said trap. Yeah.
Lamps, trap.
So
I don't know if that's
basically,
connected or not.
Guard, lamps, traps. Guards, lamps, traps. So if guards out, they keep the lamps lit to keep keep the place from being too dark, and there's a trap somewhere. Fantastic.
Ooh.
Anyone who has it can give me a knowledge local check to see if you know where the hell the brickworks are.
That's intelligence.
Yes. Mao, you know that they are in the Veins district, and it's the Harbor district, which is stacked kind of block upon block with wood carvers, tar kilns, warehouse, and then whatever shanties can be shoved in between them for people to live in.
Good for hunting, but bad for finding. Well, we just need the brickworks.
Yeah, you would also all understand from the city council, this was not a part of town they were worried about.
You sure you guys are gonna be okay there? It's a little bit of a rough neighborhood. Like, Shortchange's shoes still have a bit of polish on them.
I don't know if we have a choice.
Well, follow me.
We have an attack camel. I think
It's,
we'll be
it's
fine.
not so bad. It's not so bad. I've been there a few times. There's a hippo that gave birth recently, so I'll go down there and watch the tiny hippos. They're very cute. And yeah, with that, Mao, you can lead every back across the Sunburst Market, through the Midwife neighborhood, which is mostly merchants and very quiet. There are a couple of zombies along the way that you quickly dispatch.
We do take the cat way, so we're off the main streets and kind of not being seen. Sometimes they're gonna have to jump up over fences and things as we go.
You realize I have a giant mechanical camel with us.
Yeah, we just go through the fence.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no jumping over fences with Weld.
Well, hang on. What's Weld's strength?
14. I am not having Weld jump over fence. Oh, no.
All right, so we get to the
Fine.
first alley. He goes through the privy roof, and we just go back out on the main streets. And I'm grumbling the whole way. Stink
right.
fucking camel.
And arriving into the veins, you are immediately sort of taken, Mao and Aya. Normally, the Bargetown area, which is nearby, is sort of lit up and bright. But as with any sort of emergency, they have cut the ropes and the barges have moved down out into the river to hopefully protect themselves from some of this undead uprising. And, as you enter into this sort of canaled neighborhood, I mean, you are immediately besieged by these unabating clouds of insects that are sort of on you and nibbling at you. And, Aya and Mao can tell you all that, yeah, usually the locals here stain their hands and cheeks with pitch to keep the insects off of them. And, the overwhelming smell of tar, even, sort of in the night with a light breeze, barely keeps these insects at bay. And
Mao's fleas are just in like a constant battle around him, like a fighter jet swarm around him, keeping the flies away.
And as you enter the area, you see a few faces tuck out of the, literal shanties and tents that line the areas in and amongst the buildings here, wherever they can cram themselves. That, at first eye you up as marks, but then seeing how heavily armored and weaponed up you are, leave you be or duck back in. Whoever wants to can give me a persuasion check to try and see if anyone there knows where the brickworks are.
Guidance.
I can do persuasion. Is there anybody I might know? For
There's
advantage?
a few faces that you would recognize.
Wait, I have an idea.
Huh?
Do any of them look chainy?
No, these look like workers. They are, subsistence wage livers. When they see Uruk, you probably recognize one or two of them as people who brought children to you for their teeth, and when they see that Aya is a priest, will sort of come up and ask for like basic healing and just, does this look infected? Is this okay?
Is it infected?
Give me a medicine check.
And I'll shout at whichever one Mao knows.
All right.
Long
give me a
Tom,
persuasion
you
check.
owe me a fish. God damn it, he does owe me a fish.
You don't think it's infected, Aya, but you tell them to go to the temple and have it looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it definitely should be looked at. I don't think it's infected yet, but you're gonna need some healing and some care. Probably needs to be trained.
Oh, thank you. And
Absolutely.
I
go in
owe
peace.
you, squat cat. Tell you what, I know where these brickworks are. You call off this fish I owe you, I'll let you know. Maybe I
Deal.
need a little more in it. What's in it for me?
I don't push you in the canal.
You can't push me, you're tiny.
I'm gonna do the mind
Weld
push.
saunters up behind him.
Oh, that works too. Yeah, but I roll
Ooh.
with someone bigger now.
Bastard. We're even then.
Maybe. Where's the brickworks? Then I'll decide if we're even.
I ain't scared of you. We're even or we're nothing.
I'll pull the chain out, the silver chain, and I'll stand behind him as well. Is this really a fight you want to pick right now?
He's like, I ain't fighting. This guy's claiming I owe him something.
I think
Little
we
big
can let
tough
it pass.
kitty cat has to bring his friends in.
Well, you can't
We
even
known each
fight
other
a
for
cat.
how long, and you
friends.
treat me like this.
Hey, your bed wasn't even that soft.
Of course it isn't soft. It's mostly made of rocks and sand.
All right. Where?
I shared
way?
food with you. He
Yeah, and you dumped your booze on me.
Yeah, that was funny. He will point you and give you general directions. Say it's the place that burned down a couple of years ago. There was a cracked kiln. The fire raged through and took out a lot of friends in their shanties. It was, the hovels have grown back, but nobody's moved back into the brickworks. There's city watch that keep an eye out for him, if you know what I mean.
You still got that cough?
Yeah.
I'm gonna scratch out a few gold from some skin flaps for him. Go get the remedy.
Where'd you get these? They real?
Of course they're. God damn it!
Now, if you were gonna pay him, why didn't you just pay him to begin with?
I wasn't gonna pay him. Now I made up this character as part of my backstory, so I feel bad.
I'll see what I can do when the dead are gone. Good luck.
Alright, stay safe.
And as you make your way further into the neighborhood, eventually following their directions, you find yourselves looking at, the remains of a building. And there's a pair of scarred mud brick walls and half a dozen clay kilns are all that remain of this building. Most of it is in a sort of weed-choked lot now. And as you approach, you can see there's not a lot to it, but there are a pair of guards in cloaks, clearly city watch, kind of just leaning back up against the wall, that see you as you approach and kind of kick off the wall and come towards you. And just
I'll
moving towards you, nods and just says, evening. It's a little late, and probably safer for you not to be around here right now.
do these guys actually look like city guards upon closer inspection, or do they look like maybe they're Silver Chain?
Give me a perception check.
23.
They are definitely in the garb of the City Watch, but, upon closer inspection, you can see one of them as they sort of turn their back and adjust their cloak. You can see has a hand crossbow, which is not the standard equipment for City Watch. You don't see either one of them have while they've got the swords and things, they don't appear to have all of the uniform items down pat.
I'm gonna start walking closer to them, and I will say, my associates and I are actually on official city business now. Really do need to get through here. Actually, is that going to be a problem?
No, just the dead are out. If you're on official business, who are you working for? We've been looking after this place, and so far it's been quiet. If you want to help, we've heard everything around the market is where everything's really dangerous.
We have reason to believe that the real cause of things is maybe somewhere other than the market. And I'm just getting closer and closer to them. Where?
And as you move closer, they, step back, and move sort of in time with you, and they will say, yeah, well, feel free, take a look. We'll come with you. It's dangerous. Nobody should be wandering alone. If you want to check out the kilns, you go right ahead.
So which way are we moving forward? Does it matter?
Well, I'm trying to get in melee range.
Maybe we should check out these kilns.
Yeah, enough people died here, but none of them have come back.
Do they seem surprised when I say we don't think the cause of things is elsewhere?
They don't seem surprised, but, they seem about as confused as everything else. Give me an insight check.
You know who's not trained in insight? Oh, 17 though.
You've been around, Dr. Shortchange. You have seen people when they just can't care enough. If these are members of the Silver Chain, they're doing their duty, but they're not, zealous about it at this point. They look like they're tired.
Alright. I'm gonna get close enough to this guy to kind of open my coat a little bit and show the chain. And I'm going to
steal that from.
I'm actually recently joined up.
Give me a deception check.
18.
He will cock his head and say, who did the original chain come from then, smart guy?
How many fingers does a lady have?
1 second.
Thank you. It's been hours for short change, but it's been 2 or 3 weeks for.
Yes. Maga Three Fingers. Maga
Uh,
Three Fingers?
3 Fingers didn't tell me.
Then you haven't taken the oath and you're not one of us. And
I knew that
frankly,
was gonna
all the
backfire.
newbies have the fucking gold masks.
Well, we're actually conveniently under the impression the people with the gold masks are the problem. If you don't want to fight them, then perhaps you should leave and let us. Maybe let your problems take care of each other.
The two of them will look at each other.
Because they're the ones who stole from me in the necropolis.
Someone
And
stole
they're
from
the
you?
ones. Yes. Don't worry about it. And they're the ones who stole whatever caused this.
Like I said, if you want to take a look around, take a look around. And the two of them sort of step back, and the rest of you, as you sort of look for the third one that was kind of sidling in the back, you just don't see them anymore.
Jose, he's gone.
Wait, this one disappeared?
Yeah,
But I was sitting right here.
yeah, and he destroyed all of your passive perceptions.
God damn it.
We have terrible luck tonight.
But we were actively looking at him.
He's that good.
Yep.
And I
You were in
attempt to
conversation
wish
with
for
these
him.
guys.
Yeah, but I was sitting right here.
Shortchanged in conversation with them.
Yeah.
Seeing as we have missed him, can I actively search for him?
Sure. And what does everyone else want to do? Oh, the Qasim will is invisible and on your shoulder now, Hesmet. And
all right.
Oh, I wanted to give him a
oh, she absolutely gobbled up the treats that you gave, and between the two of you, just says, "What would happen if you pulled Mao's tail?"
Mao would probably telekinetically shove either the person that pulled his tail into next week.
Ooh,
Who pulled my
that could be
tail?
Funny.
It would be, but I also have a pretty deadened sense of humor.
Yeah, Iroh and Mao, as you look around, no sign of where this quote-unquote guard went. I mean, clearly this is their neighborhood, and they just know exactly sort of which shadow to duck into.
But I was 15 feet away, less than. I was here. How did he disappear?
Because there's
very
also
stealthy.
a big pile of rubble here, and that is what they were planning to do. They are very stealthy.
That's what these people do all day.
yes.
Alright, I'm gonna look around these kilns.
Can we take
Keeping an eye out
a
behind me.
5 to 10 minute break? A quick 5-10 minute break to put cash
Yep.
set.
Let's take 10 minutes. It's putting the baby down time.
Baby.
That should be phrased better.
Meh.
Remove the baby from the situation.
Baby,
Wait,
go to
hang on.
Dreamland.
Put the
I
baby
would
to bed.
trust the situation to hold a baby effectively. The guy's probably in like his 40s now.
Be right back.
Alright,
How
see you
old
in a
is the
minute.
situation?
He's a dad himself now, anyways. So
Did you know that off the top of your head? He is in fact in his 40s, by the way.
I did not know he was in his 40s, but I know he's a dad because Miles watches Jersey Shore Family Vacation. So
You heard it here first, folks. The situation can be trusted with children.
I didn't hear that. I heard he's a dad. I didn't hear could be trusted with children.
That's right.
The
There
two
is
are
a
not
vast
mutually.
difference.
The two are not necessarily connected. They can be mutually exclusive.
They can
Use
be
this
a
opportunity to go check on
They
Oscar.
can be
again. I'll be back.
fathers, but not daddies.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink. I will be right back.
I absolutely refuse to admit to Miles I actually enjoy watching the show too. So whenever I hear it on, I just kind of, oh, what you watching, babe? I'm gonna spend some time with you. I refuse to admit that I actually enjoy that show.
And he'll never learn because he doesn't watch the stream.
Yay!
Exactly. Actually in London tonight for a concert.
Who's he seeing?
Wish I knew. I honestly like it's go have fun, babe. Like, cause he goes like 7 different. She's at least 7 different bands in a week. I swear.
When he's not with you, he's probably watching Anya.
Right, like. Yeah, because I mean,
Oscar
if he goes to 3 shows in a week, most shows usually have like 2 to 3 bands playing. So that's anywhere from 6 to 9 bands in 1 week. So I don't bother keeping track.
That's just
good.
That's some stamina to watch 9 bands in one go.
In a week, but
Oh,
he has
okay.
actually, yeah. Well, yeah, because he'll go to one show and there's like 2 to 3 bands there. Go to, next night goes to another show. There's 2 to 3 bands there, but he has actually, he didn't bar hop because they're not bars. I guess venue hop is the proper way to say it. But he's actually gone to like 4 venues in one night, to like 4 different concerts.
Okay.
It's like, hey, my friend is playing here. I want to shoot this band. I want to hear this band. So he's gone like 3 or 4 different venues in a single night. He's also done like 14-day streak, I think it was.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's gone to a concert every day for like 14 days. He likes his music.
A lot of music.
I hyperventilate just going to Freshco for 5 minutes. I can't do 14 days.
That's a lot of singing too.
They're trying to call him Mr. Toronto now. We actually had a friend who unfortunately passed a couple years ago.
Ooh.
2 years ago now, I think it was. And they called him Mr. Toronto because he was at every fucking concert. Like, you could not go to a metal show in anywhere within the GTA and not see this man there. So he was called Mr. Toronto, and since he's passed, everyone who knew him is trying to put that label on Miles, and Miles is like, no, that's appreciate the thought, but that's him, that's not me.
You can call Miles Mr. South Etobicoke.
Mr. Mingo, there you go.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to go with Toronto. He can go with Mr. T.O.
There you go. Yeah, that's an option.
Or you can call him
T-Dotto.
Mr. You can call him Mr. the 66, or however you're supposed to pronounce that. Also, never write that because it's so dumb. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
So this week is going to be our week of bad rolls, from what I can see. Well, majority.
About Dr. Shortchange has been rolling hot.
You really have.
For once. Don't worry, once we actually get into combat, it'll fall apart.
Gotta love that perception check I did.
Hey, good to get your ones out of the way.
Yeah.
That's how statistics works.
Let's see if I can.
It does in a random generator system like this.
Let's see if I can get rid of mine. Yeah, thank God, that was a good.
Yeah, Oscar seems to have eaten an entire can of wet food.
Good.
And drank
Yay.
a ton of water.
That's good.
Well, we can get Mao to eat his food as opposed to just throwing it everywhere.
And to give Mao his ivermectin.
Mao's an anti-vaxxer?
I've been wanting to make, because he got ivermectin for the mites.
Uh-huh.
I've been wanting to make a COVID joke, but I've not.
Well, no, because that's the actual fucking use of ivermectin.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an anti-parasite drug. That's what it's for. It's on the UN, whatever that list is, the UN list of essential medicines. and
I
you
thought it was
can't get it now
ivermectin.
because idiots.
But you can get it now. You couldn't
Right,
get it
you
for a little
couldn't
while. Now the real fun is going to be getting the rest of the feral colony hit up with some kind of med.
Because those are probably pretty contagious, I might say.
Yeah. Tom and Diablo had them a while ago, but now they're gonna get treated again.
We're all so quiet now.
Yeah.
I'm just going through level 5 fighter skills if we do level up. When we do level up, I'm just looking at.
You get extra attack.
That's the only thing that's the only thing I'm drooling over. It's like, yes.
It's the only thing you
No,
get. It's 5th level
that's all
fighter.
you get.
No, you also get the proficiency bonus increase.
Okay, true, yes.
+1 to attack and an extra one. I'm struggling to decide if I want to take Sentinel at 8. Or to maybe get a bunch of really nice sneak attacks. Like off my turn sneak attacks.
That only... Yeah. That's not bad, actually, yeah.
The problem is, it becomes kind of weird, because it's very easy to like, oh well, I'll just attack the person next to you from not within 5 feet of you. You kind of have to like use terrain to force them to be within 5 feet. But then also you're stuck not uncanny dodging that turn.
Yeah.
So for my expertise at 6th level, I don't think I have expertise in Thieves' Tools.
You really should.
What is your expertises? You have 2. One can be in Thieves' Tools.
Second, my expertise is...
You can find it with the gear.
Yeah, investigation, and I believe...
If you harvest enough souls, you could become a real boy.
Ooh. I believe I have expertise in one of the sort of additional skills that we got. And that expertise is in, I believe, knowledge engineering.
I think so.
I have deception and perception. And I will probably, when we get the additional ones, I'm probably going to take like persuasion and maybe I don't even know.
Quick question. So as a fighter, I have access to martial versatility and fighting styles. My question is, in fighting styles, it says I cannot choose more than once, even if I'm given the option to do so.
So what that means is, like, if you were to multi-class into Ranger, you can't then take the same fighting style.
Yeah, you can't have multiple copies of the same fighting style, but you can have dueling and defensive, and because there's a feat that will give you one as well. Like, you can literally stack and have like.
And I think one of the
different fighting styles.
One of the fighter subclasses gets an extra one, right?
Champion.
I
think it gets 3.
Back. And I know I'm supposed to fix my baby bed language, so the progeny is refusing the enforced sleep ritual.
Ooh.
And thus the matriarch must remain for a few moments and bids you to begin without her.
We shall
A
abide.
lady?
We shall abide.
Speaking of beds, I do have to disassemble my bed. That's gonna be fun. As it's an IKEA bed, and they're not made to be disassembled.
And the worst part is, once it's disassembled, moved, reassembled, you're far too tired to put the goddamn mattress on it.
I have a futon. I can rest.
I thought you were gonna say a front seat of a car, because that's what I would have did.
Also, I have the front seat of a car. I will have to park facing the house as opposed to facing the sidewalk, but whatever.
What? You don't have a tent so you can sleep in your yard for the first night?
My yard is absolutely uncut right now, and I need to fix that.
What's your address, Chris?
On stream,
1, 2,
it's,
3,
1, 2,
Giant Tick Lane.
It's 742 Evergreen Terrace, Springfield, in the state of.
I
I
love
think
that
he's
state.
Yeah, it's
He's
right
in
by the fire.
Steel Town.
All right,
Next to
well
Steel
then,
Town.
let's listen to the matron and get back to it. So, Dr. Shortchange and Hesmet, you have moved into the main area. The floor here is, cracked stone with weeds pushing their way through. There are 7 of these massive kilns, a lot that have, cracks and breaks in them. And there appears to be a boarded up door down here at the back, which presumably may have one time have led into a small office or something. There's certainly not much building left on the other side of this space.
Right. I think the kilns are the key, and so I would like to do some investigation. Actually, before that, I would like to look to see if there are any lamps in the area.
No lamps. It's quite dark in here.
Right. So, with the help of a torch, I would like to investigate these kilns. I will start from the top, and it looks like Dr. Shortchange is starting from the bottom.
All right, you can give me investigation checks. Yeah, Dahaka, you look around. You
Also,
are
with the
wondering where this third person went as well, but you don't notice anything offhand.
bugger.
Yeah, these appear to be old, broken kilns. You don't notice anything too interesting about them. They don't appear to have any sort of secret doors or anything like that about them. The ground around you, Dr. Shortchange, I mean, it's hard to tell. There's, been wind and sand. There's no soft earth here to track footprints.
But there's sand and stuff around?
Oh, sure. There's always a bit of sand blowing in and around here, but
As,
with the tar and the pitch, it's mostly stones and weeds here.
As these guys are kind of searching the door, I'm still kind of miffed about this hiding guy, so I'm just going to move sand about trying to get it into his armor if he's hiding in this area.
All right, yeah. You telekinetically push a bunch of the sand around. Nothing seems to happen. The 2 watchmen call out and just say, "See, there's no zombies around here. You'd be better served going somewhere else."
I thought they took off.
No.
Oh, if they're saying that, then I will sit up here on top of the wall and sit down and just do the cat side-eye wagging tail while everybody else is searching around and just stare at them.
Yeah,
they
you've
just
talked about
happily
bribing
talk
them, but have not done so.
Yeah.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Are they looking at... Do they, like, every once in a while glance in any directions? They may be
Give me
giving
a
away
perception check.
anything? Ugh.
No, not that you can pick up.
Chris?
All right. So I will I will just sort of nod at them and head over to Shortchange and say, we can make them just go away. I don't want to do it
Would.
because that'll probably cost us.
Time and resources.
I have intimidation, and not at a high level.
I have
Huff, huff.
persuasion and deception,
Meow meow.
and performance.
Yes. All right. Let's attempt to appeal to their better natures. And I imagine that the remainder of this conversation is happening in Thieves' Cant.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna ask this gentleman. You don't seem to like the masked individuals. They're hurting your profits, aren't they?
Give me a persuasion check.
Give me 1 second, let me refresh. There we go. That's a better roll.
You could say that. We're spending most of our time being sent scouring the necropolis for something instead of doing our business. Let the Faded move in.
What if I told you that the Faded took something from the necropolis? Something that was in our tomb that we were supposed to be allowed to loot. And that item is what is causing the zombies and hurting your profits even more.
Doesn't sound like them. They're drug smugglers. They're stealing our mummies to make the mumia that we can't.
Well, it would be really convenient for someone who was stealing mummies for all of the mummies to stand up and do something for them, wouldn't it? Or go to one
Oh,
location like the market? Yeah, the Faded, real quick, the Faded's the other gang. It's not the people who are masked, right?
Correct.
No, I'm
The
talking
masked,
about
the
the masked.
masked are the silver chain people.
No, the masked people. That's who I'm worried about. Not the Faded. Ignore that. The masked individuals.
No, they haven't found what they're looking for. They're pissed off that somebody must have beaten them to it. They brought the cleric down here so Ekram could talk to him about it.
See, if they didn't find it, then they at least know what it is. And they know who
might.
stole it,
We don't.
potentially.
Merritt might. Yeah.
Look, we could have this end badly for everyone involved. Or you could let us in, we could talk to your boss, see what's up.
Oh, I can't let you in.
Why not?
I'd get killed. If I was going to let you in, I'd really need to be able to leave here.
Well, you
We
could.
all would.
And what would that take? Just out of curiosity.
I think 50 for each of us would do it. Get us out of Wati, get us set up.
Oh, 50.
You all
that's-
look like you're well off.
Well,
I
that's,
mean, how
50
much
for the
did
two of
you
you,
take
right?
from the guy you stole that chain from?
he was, to be honest, he was flat broke.
Exactly. Now you see our problem.
I'll say 50, eh? And
That's a lot of gold.
Yes, I'll confirm. Like, you know, I have priced out moving. I was planning on moving across to what was it, the Scorpion Wastes? I think it was called. And that wouldn't have cost me 50.
You don't look like you eat or sleep or have a family there, Machine Man.
You'd be surprised.
We're
right?
Hezmet's family.
Wait, this guy doesn't want to go back to his family?
Don't let my mother hear that.
That Hesmet doesn't have family?
No, this guy.
And we're his family. She'll make assumptions, very big assumptions and leaps of logic that, I don't want to get into.
No, this
Okay.
guy is saying.
We all don't
should pay his
understand this
family.
conversation. This conversation, we're talking about the weather.
Yeah, this whole conversation is taking.
Oh, you're
20
doing it
minutes.
at the
Yeah.
stand.
Yes, this
the-
whole
I
conversation.
tell you
is taking
what.
20 minutes.
Tell you what,
About nothing.
30 gold each. That should be plenty to get out of town. 30 gold is month worth of a normal person's wages.
Oh, hell yeah, you hear from the shadows.
Which shadows?
The shadows where you were.
I'm
dumping-
sorry, we're not speaking to you. We're speaking to these two gentlemen. You're not here.
And stepping back sort of out from one of the kilns, you'll hear him say, yes, but I have the key to the door.
That's what we really needed to know, to be honest.
That
30
sounds like
gold each
fighting
is
words.
a deal, my friend.
It almost is. Hezmet is
30, that's 15 gold a pop from each of us. That's not that much when you split it up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can afford that.
For
You're
the,
gonna rob
And
a
that leaves
cat?
15 gold for me.
Hezmet will hold up one bronze finger and say, "For the three of you, yes."
Yes, 30 gold each.
That's 90 gold. Shit.
Yes, it is. There
We're gonna
are
get reimbursed for this shit.
7 of us.
I'm not paying him.
There are 6 of us.
You don't understand this conversation.
Oh, right.
We're gonna get reimbursed. I'm gonna say this is part of our...
I don't like that horrible math.
No, it's 12 and 9 silver from each
You
of
know,
us.
we have like 6,000 gold in party loot. We're just gonna pay them out of that.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're dickering over a small amount at this point.
Yeah,
We're
look,
arguing over
it's
the
the
price of
principle of the
lunch.
thing.
He's
Alright, we'll pull
breaking
90
to
gold
the
out of the
Haka
party
that he can
loot.
no longer afford his plate armor now.
He can afford his plate armor. I'll pull 90 gold out of the party loot.
No, my
Which I assume is in Dr. Shortchange's... on Dr. Shortchange's person, because he's the
yeah.
person who
it's in the
signed
cart.
us up. Oh, it's in the cart, yeah. I'll pop the cart out, pull 90 gold out, pop the cart back.
I'm sure this is putting you in poverty.
You
Every
would be
piece of
surprised.
gold counts.
That we are all in agreement with.
Now, for that rather generous sum, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about these masked individuals?
Or indeed, how to get into the hideout. 'Cause
Yeah,
we know
that was what we paid for. We paid for them to leave.
Yeah, he just points to the door and says, through the door?
Fucking period.
And he will hand you a key and just
Alright,
say,
Sorry, I thought you guys were clever enough to like hide it under one of the kilns. Never mind.
I mean,
That's
no,
what
it is
makes
clever.
so good.
Question. Traps, lanterns, explain.
The number of lanterns lit tells us if there's trouble.
What would be a good number of lanterns for there to be lit?
3.
And
Does it matter which
bad
ones?
No, it doesn't. He'll just say, look, if there's more than 3 lit, it gives us messages whether we need to meet at the secondary place or get the hell out of town.
How many to get the hell out of town?
That'll cost you a lot more than what you've paid us.
We're fine.
That's serious information.
You're leaving, presumably, the silver chain with that gold anyway, right? Set up a new life?
Doesn't mean I'm going to give away our secrets. You gotta understand that.
This is fair.
Fine.
I said more than 3 to tell people how to get out of town. Or to get out of town.
One more question. And I look down at their feet. They're all wearing sandals and stuff, right?
Correct.
What are these new members? The new blood with the funerary masks. Do any of their number walk around using only bare feet? Even in the harshest of desert conditions.
The three of them look at each other and go, "Look, no, they're weird. They're weird, but they're not stupid."
So whoever has bare feet then is the one who took the mask, and is the one who's not in the masked people.
Maybe?
That's what I'm kind of getting now.
Yeah, like the silver chain wanted to be there, but this guy was not of them.
Don't like that these guys also want that mask then, because I was not expecting there to be a second faction after it.
Right. Okay,
God damn it, it is Shortchange's right to sell that mask.
then. We're gonna sell it to some completely irresponsible parties. It'll be fine.
Sure we are.
I thought you were starting a mummy-based musical. Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, yes.
Now scatter before.
You know, and as you think of this, of course, you know, it. You do remember that in the reliquary, it told you that, you know, on the walls that this item will call forth legions of the dead.
Yeah, that's what we figured.
So does that imply that the Legions of the Dead have been called forth to the market where it is?
Well, I mean, you know, a bunch of them were in the market because they were in the warehouse that was close to that, and you know, but I mean, it was
Most
used
have to
from the necropolis. So,
Yeah, there's a tower in the necropolis it came from, we think.
How do you all want to play this? We could barter information for Teminid. Teminid?
We leave the city forever.
No, not them.
No, they're gone.
Yeah, we've already
I
made a
look
deal
over
with
at
them.
them.
No, that's how we deal with this. We just leave the city forever.
We could
Easy,
just
easy,
say,
done.
like, we could offer to trade what information we have about the person who took the mask for Teminid. Because honestly, sending the silver chain after them is fine.
Well, let's find out if we need to go there. I think we should make ourselves known. Hesmet will turn, then they'll turn back, look at the three of them, and say, "Are you still here?"
and they will all saunter off into the night.
They were fun.
And as you approach this door, it does appear to be boarded up and nailed shut. But as you get closer and your keen eyes look it over, you realize that the nails are all in the door, not in the frame itself.
I take the key out.
And this is where Hesmet will hold up a bronze hand.
Yep,
and
look for
say,
traps, my friend.
No, not yet. I will be investigating this whole situation. Just the door, the ground in front of it, the hinges, anywhere where you might want to grab the door to pull it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you investigate, and it is skillfully done. Whoever did this had a pretty good eye. There are a couple of scuff marks on the ground where it looks like somebody might have been dragged through fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
No sign of any traps, no sign of anything else. You do notice, while the door is sort of old and burned, the lock itself is freshly oiled.
Oh, excellent. This lock looks like a professional job. I am investigating the locks for traps.
No traps.
All right. Thieves' tools. Wait, I will listen at the door. I hear nothing.
You hear nothing. It is quiet.
I will thieves' tools.
You hear Qasim just in your ear. I didn't hear anything either.
Quiet. 17.
Did anybody look over here, Patrick?
No.
Is that the backside of the tomb?
It's the backside of the old ironworks. You can see what appears to be a small office. I mean, the area you're looking into is probably a storage area that is emptied out at this point. Yeah, I mean, you use your thieves' tools to easily open the lock, Hesmet, as Dr. Shortchange is still standing there jiggling the key that you paid quite a lot of money for.
No, we paid quite a lot of money for silence.
Yes. Listen.
So, do you think she'll let me ride the camels?
Maybe.
Oh, that'd be great, that'd be great.
In a bit, though. Before we go in, where's the cat?
Sitting way down. You can probably see me sitting over by the opening.
It's off over in the dark. I think it's got fleas. It doesn't look healthy.
It's really not.
I think it died recently, too. I can
Oh
see
my
its
God.
soul is having a hard time reattaching itself.
I'm surprised that it stays at all. But hey, I think I'm starting to get into your profession a little bit here. I've got a good place for that soul when it finally
Well,
goes.
You've all been helpful to our profession. You've sent a lot of people to the afterlife.
I'll keep that in mind. So, we unlock the door through various means, and then I will stealthily, with the quickness, open the door, and take a peek.
Yeah, you are looking into a ramshackle, soot-stained office, and the floorboards here have been sort of pried up and used to create a crude stairway leading underground. The air, is kind of dry and musty, and you see there are 3 small kegs just inside the door.
Let's look for traps.
I am reaching for my investigation skill as we speak. 24.
No sign of any traps. What you notice in these kegs is they are not full of liquid. You see what appear to be almost little orange threads or fibers sticking out of them. And Qasim, in your ear, will just be like, oh, is that saffron? That saffron's delicious.
Hesmet will sort of go over his or their database of prices and values and go, that's a lot of saffron. Do you have any idea what this is worth?
I can sleep on that, right?
Appraise?
You sure could. Yeah, give me an appraise.
Where is my appraise skill?
What is my appraise skill?
13.
You would think each of these, I mean, they appear to be about 10-pound kegs. Each one would be worth about 150 gold.
10 pounds is not very much.
10 pounds is a literal shit ton of saffron.
It is. The Haka could carry that very easily.
Mm-hmm. And then we'd have curry for days.
No, we'd have gold.
We have gold, which could buy curry.
It's a trade good at this point.
All right. I will. If I don't find any traps, I will pop my head in. Pop my head to the top
And
of the
looking
stairs.
over these barrels, you do note, or the small kegs, you do notice there's a mark that has been sort of burned or scraped off. So presumably they were taken off one of the ships that recently came in to the harbor.
Right. We'll be
There's
taking,
no more identifying marks left on them.
We'll be taking those with us.
Yeah, the Haka, come grab these.
I think we've paid for that bribe quite handsomely.
We're still going to ask for compensation.
Yes, we are.
And then just off in the distance, you're, fuck, we forgot the saffron.
Hesmet will poke their head out and just form the shape of an L on their forehead with their fingers.
All right.
What's saffron?
It's a
Deliciousness.
Mm-hmm.
It is a spice that is very expensive
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What's it
and very.
taste like?
I don't have taste buds.
Can I try it?
No, we're going to sell it all.
Sure, just one piece.
Do I think saffron is poisonous to cats?
I'm checking other cat owners here.
That
No, does
includes
Dr.
you,
Honesty
dumbass.
Shortchange think that saffron is poisonous to cats?
Give me a medicine check.
Google.
Or animal handling.
It is.
No, you don't think it's poisonous.
No,
incredibly
Mao, you can't have that as poisonous to cats.
What?
You're being all grumpy now.
Smells good?
You're being grumpy cat now.
I googled it.
Jesus Christ! All right.
It's horribly toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case in real life we needed to know that.
Yeah.
So you were planning on giving your cats the
Most of
world's
us
most
own
expensive
cats.
spice.
Yeah.
Don't give
In
dogs
fairness, I had to double check before I started doing that. So I couldn't remember either.
All right. Poking my head down and having a nice little listen with perception.
Sounds
And-
quiet. You do notice flickering torchlight at the bottom of the stairs.
Shall we proceed?
Back the stairs for traps.
Yes. I'm checking the stairs. 17.
No sign of any traps, but they are creaky.
They're designed to be loud. Yes. Can
No,
I-
they're creaky. It's creaky.
exactly.
Odds.
Can I, with a little engineering? No, this would be difficult. With a little engineering,
Legendary, he tumbles down the stairs.
yes. With a little engineering knowledge, can I find the best, most quietest way for everyone to get down the stairs?
Give me a knowledge engineering.
I gotta use the
Expertise.
skill at some point.
I
16.
hope it's a 1 and it comes out as Funky Town.
16, you would think if you keep to the edges, it'll be quieter, but not quiet. This is designed to be a little bit loud.
Oh, you guys walk so loud.
Can
Am I
I?
leaving
Mechanically,
Jack
I will
and-
say because you rolled that, it will not be disadvantage on stealth checks, though.
All right, good. I mean, we already have somebody at disadvantage, but we won't all be there.
Correct.
Am I leaving Weld up here? Can she make it down there?
Can a
Weld would
mechanic-
have to squeeze, but it's possible.
Wait, they can't make it through an alleyway wall, but it can go down the stairs?
Okay,
Make it
Weld
over
is
a fence.
She is a very distinguished woman. Okay, she is not going to be fence hopping down the street. She's chemical.
What's the matter, Danny? Never took a shortcut before?
Yes. Oh, Uruk, just in case,
Hmm.
I really do think that, what the hell is his name? The bird.
Lunch.
God, Kasim.
Kasim.
I really do think Kasim should ride on the back of Weld. I think she'll be a lot safer there.
Mm-hmm.
Kasim, okay. Sorry, I never know how to spell these things.
I
Makes
kind of
sense.
tend to put Weld up front though, and I hang back with Rivet. So maybe a bit better on Rivet.
I think Rivet would be an excellent perch for Kasim.
Okay. Yeah, I'll suggest that to Cassine as we're heading down. Just like, do you want to Come and chill on the baby camel while we head down here.
I do. Will they laugh at my jokes?
I'm actually contemplating that, like, as a player, like, can a mechanical camel laugh? We'll say yes. I can program him to laugh, but he'll have to do it quietly, so you may not hear him, but he'll do it.
I'm always quiet. Nobody hears me when I talk to Tepmanib.
Oh, good.
They just think he's strange because he's always laughing because I'm making jokes.
So that's why. Anyways,
Oh, we need a Conan guest.
so here's where you step. Now let's try not to botch this.
Are you going to try? Is everybody trying to go down stealthily?
Go.
I sure hope
Yeah.
so.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody give me stealth checks.
Am I rolling
And what's
for-
your order going down the stairs?
Short change will go first.
Does anyone need a guidance for this? Who's really bad?
Someone who is,
Someone in
Let's-
medium armor or heavy armor?
yeah.
Who is?
Okay,
I'm
so
going
Dr. Shortchange
last.
is going first. Okay.
The big bowl.
Alright,
I'm
any
going
guidance?
last in case they collapse the stairs.
Listen, I have.
Who's going
heard-
second?
I guess I will.
Yeah, Hazmat will follow third.
Dahaka will go last because, you know.
Mao
Clang,
going
clang.
last.
Oh, okay, second last.
Yeah, I'm more intimidating than you. You have to go second last.
God damn it! I am not liking what I'm
All
saying.
right, so it is
No.
Shortchange, Iroh, Hesmet, Aya, Uruk, Weld, Dahaka, and Mao, with Rivet just sort of up at the front next to Dr. Shortchange with Kasim. You all move down the stairs. They do, creak not as alarmingly as you would have thought, but, once Uruk steps on, there's a couple of loud sort of groans, and you're nervous that they won't hold your weight for a second, but they do. And I've moved you down as a camera, Stephanie. So at the bottom of the stairs, Dr. Shortchange, the stink of like mildew and stale incense fills the air in this long chamber. There are 6 lanterns on the wall, 3 of which are currently sort of sputtering and providing just enough light to reveal peeling paint on the walls and a floor, covered in sand. You see a pair of sturdy-looking wooden doors, one in the center of the hallway and then one further down at the end. And with the 3 lit, that means everything seems clear.
Right.
So there's only 5, which makes me feel like
There's one behind Aya, so there are 6.
6. That makes it more complicated.
Yes.
Because if it was, we were told 2 alternatives. So if there were only 2 more, we could be sure that each of them was a positive outcome for us. But
Yes,
if
3 is
there's,
fine, so.
yeah, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move like this down.
As you step
What I was
and reach the
forward.
end here, Dr. Shortchange,
I figured it'd be safe near the lanterns.
yeah, everybody else sort of moves down behind, but you watch as the floor underneath Dr. Shortchange just spins and tilts away. And I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please, Dr. Shortchange.
And they know we're here.
Oh boy.
And do I have anything? I don't have anything.
You drop as this counterweighted pit trap sort of slides and catches you off guard. Iroh, you give me a dexterity save as well, but with advantage because you're just back out of the way. So you would have moved forward. Yeah, Iroh, you are able to get out of the way. And you fall 30 feet down, Dr. Shortchange. taking 14 bludgeoning damage at the bottom of this chamber.
Hesmet immediately draws their crossbow.
And then the counterweighted floor shuts.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Okay. Pardon me.
Are we missing someone?
Yes, pardon me, and I'll sort of shove my way to the front here, over either Aya or Iroh.
I is not there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
am
just
Tamara.
yeah. Okay, I am going to attempt to. Christ, I need to listen first to see if there's just a rush of people that are coming towards us. 12. Can't hear anyone. Or can I?
No, there's no... This doesn't seem to have raised much of an alarm.
Okay. I am going to attempt to... God, would this be Thieves' Tools or would this be Knowledge Engineering? To try to, like...
You can
figure
give
out
me
a way-
knowledge engineering, and then Thieves' Tools to disable it.
Alright. Knowledge Engineering. Let's see. 24.
Yeah, this is a fairly simple weight-balanced trap. You think by getting weight back on the far side, you can, cause this to open. With your Thieves' Tools, you think you might be able to get it open just part way, enough to get a rope down to short change to get him out.
Do you
Alright.
need
can
me
give
to open
me-
it?
Yes.
I will hop over to the other side.
All right,
I
you
will-
hop over the other side. It immediately
use
tips
slow
over
fall.
again. You want to go down? Or I'll
Yes.
give you a dex. Okay, yeah, so you just open it and drift down the 30 feet. Hesmet, you are able to just jam your Thieves' Tools in time, which leaves it hanging ajar. And you now have Dr. Shortchange and Iroh at the bottom of this 30-foot pit. And Iroh lands gently and safely
'cause-
next to you, Shortchange.
The max you can roll is 18 damage, and I can negate 20.
Yep.
All right, I will hand a rope to Dahaka. Say, here, hold this, and I will feed it down into the pit.
Dahaka, you're juggling 3 10-pound
Will you put
kegs
one of those
as you
down?
are handed a rope as well. So,
Just set the kegs down. Yeah.
all right,
I'm gonna-
yeah.
Oh, those
Uh,
smell good.
So, with Dahaka's assistance, Dr. Shortchange, you can give me an athletics check with advantage.
The 3.
Oh Jesus! I mean,
All this talk
Habador.
about good rolls.
Yeah, you pull and heft, and you get a couple of feet up, and then immediately slide back down, making no progress, Dr. Shortchange.
How
I,
many
uh,
monkeys does it take to get one monkey out of a pit?
I tie a
Shortchange.
loop in the rope. I put my foot in the loop. All right, pull me up.
All right, give me an athletics check, Dahaka, to pull him up.
I will assist in
Oh.
this check.
Well, I will assist
All
from
right.
below. Push
Oh,
it.
okay.
But you
All right,
have to
yeah,
get up
you
and
get
pull up
advantage.
too.
Okay, advantage. Here we go.
You don't have run on walls yet.
Oh
No, I
jeez.
don't.
It takes a while, and you're all sort of huffing and puffing. As a dwarf, Dr. Shortchange is stocky and a little heavy. You bounce against the wall a couple of times, taking 1 more bludgeoning damage. But you are pulled out, Dr. Shortchange.
How are you so heavy?
Okay. Iroh, are you
Oh,
good?
whoops.
Low center of gravity.
Somewhat.
I will feed the rope back down.
Yeah, so I will. Same loop.
You have to
my-
loosen it a bit for your
Yeah.
rabbit foot to fit.
I will basically I'll untie it and retie it and
Can't
check the weight.
Can't you leap vertically that high?
I can with my rabbit hop I can leap 5 times my proficiency bonus, so I can leap 10 feet. No problem.
But 30 feet.
But
Well, I
30 feet
assume
is
that
a
you've got
distance.
athletics more than a -1.
My athletics is a 0.
Dexterity-based characters.
Dexterity-based character, yeah. So
All right, so all of you can pull him up. If everybody's helping, I mean, you could probably tie it to Weld and have him just drag Iroh up too.
Tied to short change.
Oh, there she is. I'm blind.
Yep, so you can give me oh yeah, with your athletics, Iroh, you are able to scamper up the wall without
halfway
any
through,
issue.
I kick off one side, kick off the other, and parkour.
Yeah, ending up on the far side.
Okay.
I will de-loop my foot and nod.
Do I
and not move?
Do I see a way of like disabling this trap?
Yeah, I mean, you've held it open. If you close it, you think you would be able to disable it fairly easily now, knowing what you're doing.
Okay.
So you can let it close, and then give me another Thieves' Tools check. Or Knowledge Engineering, whichever you wish.
11.
Yeah, you think it's secure?
I was already clicking that before you said knowledge engineering. Although I think the bonus is the same. It's like +6. Yeah. No, that's +5. Whatever.
I'll give you the choice.
12 then.
All right.
If I get the 6.
Yeah, you think it's secure?
Okay. Do step lightly over this end and do try to make it to this side once you get halfway over.
Yeah, you step forward, and as you reach this side, who goes with Hesmet as Hesmet starts walking?
One at a time, right?
Yeah.
Would be the
There's no
right
reason to
choice.
risk it.
Well, you just watched Hesmet disable this trap. Yeah, as you step there, the floor immediately counter weights again. Hesmet, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Can I be ready with a telekinetic shove?
21.
You could, but Hesmet is able to leap out of the way without falling, and the floor swings back into place.
Oh, for the love of Toth. All right, I will try again to fix this floor in place.
It's a new firmware.
18.
With that, you feel that it is definitely secured properly.
Okay, let's get somebody light on their feet across. Dr. Shortchange.
I'll try it.
The floor holds.
And just in order of weight.
I jump it.
Yeah, easy enough. The floor holds for everybody as they make their way across.
Aw, this is amazing and so easy.
All right, I'm going to investigate this door because I'm standing beside it. 21.
The door is locked, but does not appear to be trapped in any way.
I produce the key. Does it fit?
It does.
Okay. Perception check at the door. 11.
It's quiet.
Crossbow drawn. I will unlock and open the door.
All right. And you see this appears to be a large storage area. I mean, clearly this area used to house furnaces that probably fed the kilns upstairs, but now you see ceramic tiles that have been long cracked cover the walls, and there are, half a dozen tall columns in here. And in the center, you see iron posts connected by little chains delineate several smaller subsections, each crowded with boxes, crates, urns, and sarcophagi. There's a stink of soot and the leathery smell of death, which kind of hangs heavy in the air. This definitely appears to be like a sorting and storage area of goods stolen from the necropolis.
guys have been busy. So I see this door here. Now I see multiple shadows that suggest to me bars of some sort.
It is a door that has been boarded over. And you see another door at the far side of this room.
All right. I would like to sneak into this room.
All right, give me a stealth check.
8. Clankety clank. I would like to.
Can I follow him? Same stealthing?
Yeah, give me a stealth check. Yeah, you barely hear Iroh step in behind you, Hesmet.
Okay. I would like to take a look into this room.
All right. I mean, it has been actually boarded over, but, it'll only take you a few minutes to pull the wood off the doors.
If it's actually been boarded over, then that's not really what I'm looking at then. I'm looking for places where they might have brought our illustrious Techmanib here.
Well, give me a perception check.
Perception check. 18.
18. I mean, most of the items you are looking at in here are antiques, but they are, mundane. But you do see hanging just off the wall here what appear to be the vestments of a Pharasman cleric and a silver holy symbol of Pharasma.
Great.
Do they look like they belong to our dear friend?
Kassin will immediately say, those are his, those are his, those are his, those are his, those are his. He must be close, he must be close, he must be close, he's close, he's close, he's close, he's close, he's alive, he's alive, he's alive, he's close. Oh, I hope I think he's alive.
Would you be able to tell if he wasn't your friend?
Maybe. Oh.
Here's a date.
I don't know. Ooh, delicious.
All right. I'll grab those. Just to make sure that we have them. Okay, so I will basically, I want to check out this.
What's everybody else doing while Hesmet is exploring?
I'm assuming he's paying more attention to what he's exploring. I'm keeping an eye out for anything that might cause danger to him and myself.
All right, give me a perception check then, Iroh.
That's an 11.
Yeah, no, everything in here seems fairly mundane. You see broken equipment. Though, there might be something worthwhile in here, but you'd have to actually dig and kind of look around in here to find it.
All right. I will attempt to stealthily approach this door.
I'll circle the room and generally just doing the general inquisitiveness of a cat. Chase a mouse or find a secret door.
All right.
I would like to listen and pay attention as I am approaching this door, see if there's any lookouts, any...
Or is that investigation?
Investigation.
Ha!
All right, yeah, as you move around the space, up here, you notice there are some cracked and broken, clay vessels and pots, and you recognize that, you find, a crate that appears to have some ancient bottles of honeyed wine that would still have some value to them as well. But as you are standing there, you are horrified as out of one of these canoptic jars appears to slither and slurp what look like internal organs that have fused together.
Damn it!
What?
And
in
yeah,
the
as you are
hells?
poking around, this leaps out, and you watch its chest almost like expand with oxygen as it starts to begin almost flying or levitating up as the intestines finally release out of this little canoptic jar. And Hesmet, as you are looking at this locked door, you hear Mao sort of screech in disgust as it is time to roll initiative.
How many of these things are there?
We're about
Just
to find
one
out.
Okay.
that Mao has
Wow.
seen.
Wow. Really? Really? 4.
Yeah, this thing's gross.
Worse than a boneless.
Ick, 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 ick.
This is definitely worse than a boneless.
Yep.
Why do you have to go poking your nose where it doesn't belong, Mal? I just brought you back to life. Oh, and there you go with a hairball. Great.
All right. Yeah, its token is not working. All right. Do this the old-fashioned way.
Dog pile on it.
We all have to. All right, we're all traveling to Windsor, and we're all
Get around the table.
around the table. Yep.
All right. Is-
Oh, there it is.
Guys, I'm at Windsor Castle. Where are you? Oh, wrong.
So,
Oh,
I'm in South Detroit.
ready for
I'm
this.
really lost.
Hesmet, you are first to act.
Yep. Hesmet immediately spins around on their heels, does an action roll behind these boxes, and attempts to plug this thing right in the kidneys.
All right. Roll me an
Uh,
attack.
I was going to aim for the kidneys.
Well, we can all aim for the kidneys. Where's my hand crossbow? Kidneys. 12.
12 does not strike. It flies wide.
Bonus action. Kidneys. God damn it.
That is another miss, as even you are
Wait.
slightly disgusted by this.
Wait. Nope. Forget that. This thing is horrifying, and I am built for success, damn it. 14.
14 does not strike.
Shit.
It is small and nimble. Any more movement? Any more movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving in this direction.
All right.
That's it.
All right. That takes us to Mao.
All right. Disengage. Like if I had fur. Like it looks like my tail, that my stub of my tail is trying to puff. So, it has normal threat range, right?
As far as you know.
Well, I'm still doing a disengage, but this is. You know what? I'm gonna hide under this big motherfucker. And Mao shoots out of the inventory and right under Weld.
All right. That takes us to this creature. With Mao disappearing, it will fly over to Aya.
Of course.
And the intestines reach out and try and wrap around you.
Ew.
Ah!
And it attempts to, it attempts to start constricting you.
Oh my god, it can fuck off right now.
That is only going to be a 14, which is not going to be enough to strike. And then it is going to try and slam into you. That you are also able to bat aside with your shield. That takes us to Uruk.
Alrighty. Uruk is going to bonus action tell Rivet to do the spitty spit. So 2E. That's a whiff.
8 does not hit.
And I will. Let's just do this as Eldritch Blast. 14.
14 also misses.
Damn it! I should have used well, but I felt so bad. You made me feel so bad for Rivet last time. I'm trying to give this more action. Okay, that's it for me.
All right.
Great. They know we're here,
boy.
and they're coming.
Dahaka
You
just
said
wiped
that
his
last
mouth.
time.
Dr. Shortchange, you hear a click as this door unlocks and just nudges open. And two daggers come whistling out. One is a 12, which does not hit. The other one is a 16, which just bounces harmlessly off of your armor.
Oh no, they're whistling Dixie.
No,
And then
they're
two
dead.
more come out and both whistle wide. And you hear cursing come from the darkness in there. That takes us to Dr. Shortchange.
Shortchange is going to look out from behind his shield, and he's going to say, in Thieves' Cant, "Your doorman let us in. Why don't we discuss this like businessmen? I think we have information you might want."
No response.
Would that have been my action?
Nope. Unless,
Okay.
were you trying to legitimately persuade them, or is that just
Yes.
your opening gambit? Okay, then give me a persuasion check. Or intimidate, it's up to you.
Oh my god, these
Yeah.
rolls.
No response at this point.
The other side of the spectrum now. Alright, and then I'm going to move here.
All right. That takes us to Iroh.
Right in strangling range.
All right. Okay, I'm not sure what to do in this case. I'm gonna look, notice a ton of people within range of that organ snake. Look to where the daggers came, and just because I don't remember. Oh, apparently I don't have any language proficiencies. Interesting. Anyway, I will take off this way, right up to here.
All right. And yeah, as you step through the door, you see two of these clearly members of the Silver Chain, along with 2 snarling hyenas.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm out of movement. But there's more here. And I'm going to take a play out of their book, and I will throw a dart at this one, I want to say.
All right. 16 hits for 6 piercing damage.
And then I'm just going to double check something here.
You all hear an animalistic shriek of sort of pain, and then
and then bonus action dash with Step of the Wind.
Mhm.
Don't have to spend a key point for this. And I'll move 30 feet around here. My back
All
to the wall.
right.
That'll be my turn.
Aya.
Okay, I am going to turn to it, whip out my new Staff of the Adder, and smack it.
You're whipping out your trouser snake?
13 does not hit as it zips out of the way.
It still needs to make a Constitution saving throw, right? I believe, right?
On
No,
it.
because you didn't hit it.
Fudge me. Okay,
Good staff,
Mm.
though.
it is a good staff. I was hoping. But that's the end of my turn. There's no one really needing healing or anything right now.
All right. That takes us to the other side of the door. Racing around the corner at you, Iroh.
Yeah.
Yep,
Is that the one that has a dart in its head?
sure does.
What am I looking at?
It's a hyena or a jackal.
You see a pair of hyenas surrounding Iroh,
Okay.
and they both attempt to bite down on the monk.
All right.
First attack is a 10, which you are easily able to slap it aside. The second one leaps at you. That is a critical hit for 6 piercing damage.
Okay. Is that the injured one or the uninjured one that's attacking?
The uninjured one.
Okay. I am going to deflect, and assuming I negate all the damage, I will spend a key point. Oh, yeah. So the injured one has to give me a dexterity saving throw or take 14 damage.
That is a 19.
Damn. I think they still take half.
It doesn't say that.
Or take damage. Nope, doesn't say they take half. But yeah, you negated a critical hit.
All right. Cool.
That takes us to Dahaka.
Patrick, why are you demonizing my favorite animal?
The hyena?
I am not. Talk to Crystal Fraser.
Crystal Fraser, you cunt.
So I'm gonna make a bull rush towards Iroh and the 2 hyenas over here.
That's supposed to be bear rush or
I could go for a bear hug, but not now. And the one that's hurt, that's gonna get the horns. And 14.
A 14 just strikes the hyena. What's your movement speed, Dahaka?
30 plus dash 60.
Yep, Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're easily able to get there.
Mhm.
So yeah, you. Which one are you going after? This one is the one that's hurt.
That's the one I'm going after.
All right. Yeah, you rush and gore into it, lifting it off the ground and knocking it against the wall. It is still standing, but it is badly hurt.
And that's it for me.
All right. And with that, we are at the top of the round, and this is, I think, where we will leave it for the night. Pick up in 2 weeks.
Yep.
No, 1 week.
Listen, I'm gonna.
No,
be
bye-bye, 1 week.
Okay,
It works
Cash.
for Cash. It's
Okay.
gotta work for me. No, okay, bye-bye, 1 week. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Shh, slam door.
All right, I will turn the stream off. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.
No, bye-bye, stay.